Cheers, Josh.
Cheers. Yes, sir.
Baja Blast Freezy. Here we go.
The Baja Blast boys have returned.
Wow, I'll tell you what a storm. Considering that I keep saying this, and I know that might be frustrating to some people, but boy, the models, they picked up on it towards the end. But yesterday, which is when I was forecasting, the day before for the long range models, they really didn't show much. The European showed a little bit, but the national blended model.
Oh man, epic fail.
Epic fail.
Yes.
Well, let me catch your attention here real quick because I'm going to show you some of the lightning videos and photos that we got tonight. Some really, really impressive lightning. Check this bad boy out. Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Mike Price strikes again with a beautiful photo. This doesn't even deserve to have us on the screen, to be honest with you.
No.
Look at that. Anvil crawlers galore. Beautiful. Elevated. See how the storms are a lot of elevated? So, yeah, we are cheers into Baja Blast, but at the same time, we got people that have power that is out and a lot of people that have power out. In fact, Elkins area not having a lot of power right now, as well as Stonebridge Meadows subdivision is without power. You got a lot of other areas that are located without power. And this is all basically Ozarks Electric customers. About 7,000 customers without power with Ozarks Electric. So
a lot of CGs.
Yeah, a lot of cloud to ground lightning strikes, a lot of lightning. There was also a lot of wind too. So that wasn't a good thing with the strong winds that were out there. Let's show you here our Ozarks Electric power outage map, and we'll show you that there are some sporadic people that have lost power tonight. And we'll show you that here in just a second. What?
What's going on here? This is not right.
Yeah, I guess it didn't like me being shrunk down. There we go. All right, we're gonna make this full screen. We're gonna share this so you can see, and because this is about the only way to do this with StreamYard. So let's remove this, stop the stream. We'll add it. Hold on just a second. All right. So here is the map viewer for this. So first of all, it's all Ozarks Electric. And if we look, here is 1664 customers without power. And that's in the East Fayetteville area. And Elkins not having power as well, 121. This is all Ozarks Electric customers. One unlucky person in West Fayetteville. This is when the storm was organizing, by the way, and intensifying. And one reported outage in Western Washington County. And then we've got 5,538 customers without power in the Stonebridge Meadows subdivision. A lot of my former neighbors going, Dan, what's going on? We are in SWEPCO, and so we are just on the southern edge of this. It shows that we're without power, but in fact we aren't.
Man,
so,
that's a large area, though.
Yeah, very large area.
Yes.
And, there were some strong winds. The storm system came through. There was lightning, but at the same time, I think it was a lot of I think He-Man lost power. There was a lot of wind as well. So let me show you some of the videos here. What we'll do is I'll just show you my Twitter feed. So let's just do that. Let's go to let's just do this. Let's just do this. Let's just show you this. So this is let's make sure that's up. You've seen that lightning photo. Check this out from Scott Lloyd. I don't know if you can hear that. Hopefully you can. Let's see. Let me know if you can hear that sound of the hail coming down on our stream. If you can, awesome. If you can't, let me know. It says webcam audio. I think it might maybe be in the background. Probably picking up. Yeah, it's probably picking up from the speakers. Got some decent lightning with it. There was some decent lightning. Can hear that. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Yep, gotcha. We got it. Wonder if we do. I can't hear it. So maybe I can add that. Let's see. Hold on. Gotta be like another- Yeah, I think it is. Let me go to audio. Try desktop audio. There. Let's go to unhide all. How about now? Can't hear you very well. Oh, you can't hear me very well with the video. So now you get to hear it, maybe. Probably sounds like Neil and Ted, right? Probably. Yeah, probably. Okay, enough of that. I can make it sound. Check out this photo from Zach Hall, Zachary Hall.
I think that's hen sized.
Yeah,
Hen
hen
egg
egg
size.
size. By the way, Weather Zachary, got to follow him.
Must follow.
Good dude. Here's me saying the MBM was terrible tonight, which it was. Check out this lightning show right here. This is a slow motion of the lightning. Pretty incredible video here. Make sure you're able to see that. Yes, looks like it on StreamYard.
Man, that's amazing, though.
Sound is all muffled. Look at that. Y'all are muffled.
Uh-oh, something must have happened.
So we're muffled now too?
Uh-oh.
Great. That's all right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to stop the screen share. And now, hopefully you can hear us again. Close all that out.
OBS issues.
Let's get to the radar here and give people some updates. Nope, all better. All right,
cool.
good. Getting hammered in Kingston. Yes, you are. Pretty good lightning show, too. So let's get to the mega Doppler source and let's show you what's happening with this storm. So, Kingston, you are getting hammered. This is the exact area we were getting hammered with. If we look at the hail, a little bit of pea-size hail and some strong winds. And there's the energy that's moving through. Notice the storm's already out of Fayetteville. Storms will be out of Boone County right around the time, 8 p.m. to midnight. That's what I said. That's what I had on the forecast. And nailed it. Think so. I think so. 8 p.m. to midnight.
And
let's just do an analysis. Okay.
Yeah.
You've heard me complaining. You heard me talking about the weather graphics and the models and how bad they were. Well, let's just show you how bad they really were. I gotta do this because you've got to see my frustration as a meteorologist in predicting weather. And you guys want to know exactly when the storm is coming in, when the storm is moving in, the timing of the system. You want to know all that, obviously, but we can't tell you when the storms aren't even in development.
Well, and we can't even show it like visually either. Like when we're showing those future tracks and we're showing those maps, those are the computer models generating that outcome. And we can't go into that graphic and force them to show storms, even though we know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
If they don't show anything, it
doesn't look
hurts
like it
messaging.
does.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the forecast from some of the people gets dropped
Yeah.
in terms of the thunderstorm risk.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the thunderstorm risk didn't even include us.
Yeah.
Look at the lightning that we had.
We were shaved out of the entire risk.
Look at the lightning that we had tonight. So, you know what? We're going to do an analysis. Before we do that, I just want to make sure we cover all of Mega Doppler and let people know exactly what's where and what's headed where. So, Boone County, you're about to get this storm. It's going to be a little bit gusty with the winds. We're talking, 40, 50 miles an hour, possibly up to close to 60. There were some power outages, a lot in eastern and southeastern Washington County. We had wind-driven hail. This is my report, nickel size.
Nice.
Although
And-
they wrote public instead of
Can
broadcast media.
can confirm that was Nichols. though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Western Grove. Alexis, appreciate you always watching. That's awesome. She always wants to know about Western Grove.
Mhm.
You are going to get this thunderstorm, and it is marching eastward. So it's not tornadic, but you can see Western Grove on the map. You can see the storm moving east. It's coming in about a half hour.
It
That's
is a
how
strong-
fast these storms are moving. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a downpour. You're thinking, I'm going to get hammered from this system.
Yeah.
So
It's strong storm.
there's a
That's
little
for
bit
sure.
of isolated activity in Scott County. Here's the hail that popped up. Elm Park, 1.75, 2 inches, one southwest of Elm Park, which is exactly. And what's cool about that is that I talked about that on Twitter. And so I want to bring up, you could see the hail suspended within the thunderstorm. And I want to bring this up real quick. Hopefully it shows up. There it is. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to share this window and we're going to go all out on this. But that's it. That's pretty much all the thunderstorm activity. Alexis, in about half hour, 40 minutes, you're going to get this thunderstorm moving through, and it will provide some gusty winds. It will provide some heavy rain, and then it starts to move out. So we're going to share this window right here so I can bring up other stuff. But check this out. 8:54, very large hail suspended aloft, possibly larger than tennis balls. Remember, this fell after it moved through that city in northern Scott County. This fell after it went through Elm Park. But look at that. You can see the hail suspended within the thunderstorm. That's pretty cool. And if you put it into motion, you could see it falling as well. So now let's look at the computer models. It is time. It is time to dissect these.
It is time.
And on top of that, I'm going to drink a little Baja Blast Freezy on this.
Much needed.
You got to see my frustration. I had a weather kid here. I had a job shadow, a future meteorologist, Taylor Barnes. By the way, she killed it on the 7.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, she
I
did.
bet.
She did so good. So proud of her. But, I was like, this is a tough forecast because the models weren't showing any storms, and clearly that was going to happen. So let's go back in time a little bit on what's called the National Blended Model, which is kind of being forced by a lot of people to be the forecast model of choice. So let's just see how well it did. This is, by the way, 6 o'clock tonight.
No.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, it's starting to show some stuff by midnight, but does that clip Northwest Arkansas? No,
Not really.
not
Nope.
at all. So if I'm looking at this and you're saying, is it going to rain in Fayetteville? No.
No. From this model.
From this model. Now we go to this morning. Okay, it's starting to show a little bit more, but it
So
still
garbage.
doesn't have Northwest Arkansas. Then we go a little bit more. Now it's starting to trend more. But the problem is, folks, is that I can't see this 3 days out and forecast it if it doesn't even show up. So 3 runs out, absolutely nothing. And then on top of that, look at the winter weather potential.
Way to the north.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Way to the north. Let's see how that evolved. Okay. Still to the north. Let's see how this evolves. Oh, finally you
Whoa.
start showing up. And then the latest run. Well, looky what we have here. The
How about that?
wraparound starts moving in. And so it's frustrating because now it shows it.
And this is why we say that models are not forecast, especially individual model runs,
They're not.
because they can be garbage.
Let's look at probably the worst performance of all of them. All right. And this is the NAM 3 kilometer. Now on this model, we can only go back out so far, but I've got another model. I got another page that we can look at other stuff. There you go. There's your severe weather risk for tonight. Now you tell me, with everyone that's without power, that saw, nearly, ping pong size hail, even hen egg size hail. There's nothing.
Huh.
Let's go to the 12Z. Oh, Hey, you got a storm on
One
there.
storm there.
Okay. Then we go to the 18Z. Okay.
Oh.
Now we're starting to see a little more. Well, if you're making the forecast, you don't have this until early afternoon. And then the 0Z,
How about that?
0Z has storms everywhere. So this is what we call a trend. It's trending more, trending with more precipitation. Let's see how it did on the winter weather. Okay. Of course, the winter weather hasn't happened yet, but we're going to go to reflectivity type, and that shows nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing there.
So this was this early morning's run. Well,
How
look
about
at what
them
we have
apples?
there. It has a little
bit further
more.
south,
18Z,
way further south.
way further south, and pretty impressive band. And the 0Z still showing up.
Showing up. Now I'll tell you what the best performing model was by far.
Mm-hmm.
The graph. The graph showed it 3 days out and stuck with it every single time. In fact, it nailed that one thunderstorm that went through Washington and Benton County just a moment ago.
It did.
It had that exact location.
It did.
there.
The graph nailed it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yes.
The IBM graph. And now we can't show that with we can't show that because there's not really a good source to look at that online.
Yeah.
However, we can show it through our weather graphic system. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. So through our weather graphic system. Now here's the deal. I'm going to go back in time and we're going to look at a previous model on this. All right. And we're going to go back to the 6Z run. And we're going to do this to the 6Z run. And now I've got to adjust everything, of course.
They're going to go back a few days.
Yeah, I'm going to go today. I'm going to go 12 hours earlier. Okay. So here is 6Z 12 hours earlier. Watch what we have here. Ready? Right about now, it's showing that thunderstorm.
It did.
This was this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how well it did. And then there's a thunderstorm in the River Valley. And then it doesn't have much in Fayetteville. Okay.
Yes.
It did yesterday evening.
And it did the day before, too.
But watch, it's going to change its mind. Oh, that, by the way, it was just the cloud cover. No, it's cloud cover and precip. I had them both on 6Z. 6Z yesterday.
But it still did a lot better this morning.
And 6Z yesterday. There we go. Okay, so now we'll go to the 12Z. Okay. So here's the 12Z run. See how it's kind of changed? Now it's got the thunderstorms into Fayetteville, kind of. It's also got maybe a little bit of an inkling of that supercell over northern Scott County. Really good. Then it moves east. Look at that. By midnight, it's gone.
And what about that wraparound moisture that happens too? Let's see what the trend was on that.
It has it.
Boom.
Boom. There it is. So there it is. Bring this up full so you can see it. Next, we're going to look at the 18Z. That was just recently. And we're going to go recently today, the 18Z. Oh, and I also have to do the 12Z today. Well, actually, it would be yesterday now at this point. Now check this out. Now it's got that storm really good right there coming through. That's the 18Z today. I actually want to do 18Z yesterday, right? There we go.
I mean,
look at that. Nailed it. Nailed it.
And again,
drilled that forecast.
And again, too, most of the times the models are not going to exactly show where the storms are going to form or how they're going to evolve. But the graph model consistently showed thunderstorms forming over northwest Arkansas and the River Valley multiple days out.
Now it's got its limitations as well.
Every model.
Yeah, the Texas Tech WRF did a good job. Let's see how well it did, because we can do that. We can look at that. Really got to load that up automatically. I'm going to add that into my automatic load model. The only thing is the page is a little clunky.
Big.
It is big. I got to shrink it down a little bit. So, and also too, I don't like how you can't go past more than a couple of runs. You can only do 2 runs. You need to have them change that, Josh. it was a little underdone, honestly. If we look at this, let's check it out. I'll add this to the stream, and you get to see this full screen. So this is the Texas Tech WRF, which is a very substantial, good model. There's a look at the storm chances popping up, and you can kind of see how it doesn't really have a storm activity over.
More like showers.
Yeah. Let's go to convective. Let's look at hail size. Let's see what it does. Yeah, I wouldn't say that did a great job. Let's look at the current run.
Well, this must be
Not great. Not great. Did not get the storm in Scott County,
which was
at
the
all,
strongest one.
which was the strongest one. And if we look at the reflectivity, it's got the storm coming through Benton County, which is actually Washington County. And so it does a little bit better there. It's got that Scott County, but it's tricky. It's a little too late. It says 4Z. That's 10 o'clock.
yeah.
We were already having storms.
Yeah, it was a little bit
earlier.
later. Just,
So if you're just tuning in, there's no power in a lot of locations. I know the run before was better and you can't access, I guess, a bummer. Texas Tech needs to make it at least 4 model runs back that you can go. That would be nice.
Very nice.
Yep.
To look at trends better.
Good lightning show, Mike Price. Good lightning show, and we showed your lightning photo. It was amazing.
Baja Blast tip to you.
Felt like a microburst the way the wind was. I would agree with that. I was outside. In fact, you haven't seen my watch my video. This is hilarious.
Get you some.
Listen to it. Yeah.
This isn't even in a thunderstorm risk.
Sorry, I'm so salty, but I was so bitter. We're talking about how it wasn't even in thunderstorm risk because it wasn't.
You were atrocious.
Which, by the way, we can show you. If we go to SPC and we look at the convective outlooks and we go to this, we can look at the today's outlooks. And I'm going to go to yesterday's outlooks, retrieve outlooks. So this is the day 2. The day 2 started off. Man, where the heck are you? Here we go. Right down here. Day 2. Huge marginal risk. That nails it. That does a pretty good job. It even had a little bit of a tornado potential, which might have been a little overdone, but regardless, it was still some rotating storms.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's see how they update for the day 2 at 17:30. And I was almost like,
dude, I said that to you, and you were like, "Are you sure that's right?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I refreshed the page.
Is this an error?
Yeah, I refreshed the page 3 times, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Because sometimes the graphic updates and it's the wrong risk, and then they change it and they update it. I was just a little curious as to how the thunderstorm risk was completely removed.
Yeah.
Now, believe me, the Storm Prediction Center is amazing at what they do. Absolutely incredible. They are experts. They are amazing. I was just a little confused that there were no thunderstorm chances at all.
Yeah.
Then I look at the NBM, the National Blended Model. There were no storms showing up in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Did that sway the forecaster to remove the storm chances? Possibly. I don't know.
But maybe they were concerned about the cap that potentially could be in place, but we thought that the models were overdoing that significantly as well.
Yeah, and that the storm system would be stronger than what was expected.
Strong enough to overcome that.
So if we look at this and we go to the day 1s, today's outlooks, it used to be able where you could see them, but I don't know if I'll be able to do this here. 11/11. Like I said, here's the thing. The weather provides surprises. I know about the surprises. So then we go to the day 1 outlook. Let's look at the day 1 outlook. And that's for today. Oh, here we go. So now the marginal risk starting to creep back in. Okay, and I'm like, that's probably going to be yanked even more. 1630 yanks it even more. But notice at 1630, we're barely in any thunderstorms.
Yep.
There's not even general thunderstorm risk. So here I am forecasting 40% chance of storms, and there's not even a
No
risk of
risk.
storms. Then you could see it backing up even more, showing up on there. And now, as we go to the 1Z outlook,
The current one.
which is what we got to do, we got to go to 12, and I don't know if I can do this. Let's see. Well, all I have to do is go to this right
Yeah.
here. There's the 1Z outlook. Now it's
Now
got the
it is.
storms all the way into eastern Oklahoma.
Mhm.
So it was a trend that backed it up. What else are we going to look at? Let's look at the HRRR, and you can go back fairly back, far.
Maybe we go to College DuPage.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll do pivotal weather.
Mm.
So here's the HRRR. Actually didn't do too bad. But when we're doing the extended HRRR,
Wham, wham, wham.
yeah, exactly. So let's do pivotal weather. I know we're really geeking out, but I just want to show you a little bit behind the scenes. Meteorologist struggles with predicting the weather well out in advance. So we'll zoom in on this. We'll log in here. Go to local. Go to Arkansas. Go to loop. Model trend loop ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
So
Tell me about that.
So there it is. This, by the way, is surface precipitation. Let's look at composite reflectivity, which, by the way, is kind of the best thing to look at. And nothing.
The GIFs.
Nothing.
The GFS was.
Well, here, that's the 0Z. That's already through. So let's go back. Oh, why am I looking at the GFS? GFS didn't have anything.
Yeah,
I mean, like, absolutely anything.
Remember when we were talking about how that model maybe making a comeback?
Yeah. Kind of fell apart
That
tonight.
ended. Yeah.
All right, real quick. So here's the HRRR 18Z, the long range extended outlook. At 9 o'clock, this was the storm potential. One storm,
A single storm.
no sounding data. That's because we're zoomed in too much. If I do regional, we can get it. Okay. No sounding data. Oh, because it's too far back. But anyways, let's just show you. One little storm, that's it.
And gone.
So if you're predicting rain chances, that's probably less than 20%.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no. We looked at the water vapor. We saw the system. No.
Not today.
Matumbo. Now let's look at
Yeah.
the 0Z.
What happened? What happened?
So what happened is the system came in. But now the question is, what does the snow do as we head into the overnight hours? Let's kind of dive into that. All right, let's go to Mega Doppler. Let's give a quick recap update on the radar right now. Western Grove coming your way. Coming your way.
Thunderstorms. A lot of lightning.
So 10:45, getting pretty hard and getting hit pretty hard in Green Forest. Wharton Creek, very windy and lots of hail. And we knew the hail was going to be an issue too because it was so cold aloft. Very steep lapse rates. In fact, I want to show you something here. If I can get the sounding data, I can. From 0Z, I want to go to 18Z because you got to see this. Can't get the sounding data because I don't think it goes back
It's
enough,
too far
does it?
out. Yeah, I think it's too far back now.
Let's see
Maybe
here.
23Z.
Okay, 23Z I can get. 22.
Mhm.
Okay. 21. 21 you can get. 20. All right. Maybe you just can't get the extendeds. Okay, I want to go back far enough. So here's what I want to do. I want to show you this. Look at this. Look at the sounding. Okay. It's not great, but here's what I want to show you. And that, by the way, is at 2Z, so that's not good. We're going to go back. We're going to go forward a little bit. Now, I want to go to the sounding down here and look. It had marginal, but look at this right here.
Oh, wow.
See
It's a
this?
significant hail.
Significant hail, 2.5 inches with this sounding. Look at how steep these lapse rates are. This is what you call a very strong EML, elevated mix layer. Yep.
Mhm.
Mixed because it's nearly super adiabatic. It's almost more than what we call dry adiabatic with the lapse rate. So it's 9.8 degrees Celsius per kilometer on the
Straight
on
up.
the decrease in temperature with height.
Mhm.
And that is, you're like, well, wait, if it's steep, how is it horizontal to the ground? Well, this is crossing these isotherms a lot quicker, so it's cooling off faster. Because remember, the temperature lines are skewed. Also has marginal tornado. That actually isn't too bad of a critical angle. It's just the problem is there's 0 to 3 kilometer cape, not very high.
Not very good.
And you're capped in the low levels too. But this is what I wanted to show you. I remember seeing this.
It was trending that way.
March 27th, 2000.
Hey, that was 14 days old.
Wait a minute. March 27th, 2000. You know what that was? SGF. There was a, that wasn't March 28th, 2000, the day Dallas Fort Worth was hit, or Fort Worth was hit.
Ooh, I'm not
Okay.
sure. Well, we gotta look at this now.
I'm willing
Now
to
we
bet
gotta look at this now.
that March 28th of 2000,
Tornado.
tornado Fort Worth.
How about that? Never ceases to amaze me the knowledge that Dan Scott has.
There it is. There it is.
How about that?
That was
Wow, this thing ripped through downtown Fort
Rip-
Worth.
Oh, did you not know about this?
No, this is brand new to me. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
A high rise had windows blown out. Oh yeah, you got to see this. If you haven't seen this, you got to see this. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, dude! That's a strong tornado to do that.
Yep.
Woo. Oh my goodness!
I just seen the most. Okay, Haley is going crazy. She says it's flipping wild right here right now. It was wild at 10 o'clock for us, but yeah, that was a tornado that went through literally downtown Fort Worth.
That is crazy.
Haley, where are you at? Looks like a decent line. Let's show you where, because we still have some people that are being impacted by these storms. So let's get to it and show you. I'm imagining she's going to be in the Harrison area, Bergman. In fact, I think they are in Harrison. Hailing pretty decently. We're talking about pea size to half-inch size hail. Oh yeah, north of side of Harrison. I'm imagining that's where she's at.
Mhm.
Tell me where you're at, Haley, because that is not Western Grove. Western Grove is someone else. Oh, Western Grove is Alexis. Yeah, you are not in the clear yet, Western Grove. You're not even getting hit yet, but you will be very soon. We got
Yep.
hail in Harrison too.
See
Yep.
that right there?
Yeah, I believe it.
Mhm.
Hailing pretty decently.
And this is wind-driven hail too, so this thing's going.
Yeah. So there might be some power outages.
Thankfully, not gorilla.
We got hail. Haley, where are you at? Let me know.
There it is, northeast Harrison, and that's exactly where the hail
there,
is.
there you go. Okay, there you are.
Yes.
Northeast Harrison.
Yep, lines up with the radar.
So get this here. There are signs that we are going to get a weather bug camera on Gaither Mountain.
So
Which
it's
is going to
official.
be, there's it's a pretty
Trending,
good chance. Yeah,
yeah.
it's trending. That's right. Trending in the good direction.
Nice.
So we're going to have a view over northern Newton County, southern Boone County, right over that area. It's got a great view overlooking Gaither Mountain. In fact, I can tell you, we're trying to be in connections with this, but it should be a pretty good view.
That is splendid.
So it's going to be, yeah, let's see here. Tower that looks over the north side of Jasper. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
baby.
is amazing.
Uh-oh, something just hit my house.
A hailstorm?
Probably. I think it's going to be hail
Yeah.
for sure, Haley.
Yeah.
Haley getting hail. I got amazing video footage. Awesome. Send it in. That's why we're still on this, by the way. It woke me up. I had to hop on to see if you were on. Sounds like the front of my house is going to blow off. I know this is a strong storm.
Yeah.
It probably should be severe thunderstorm warned, to be honest with you. Because of the winds alone.
You can tell on the radar too that they're strong. winds,
Yeah,
'cause
it's
kind of
It's kind of bowing
blowing
out. Yeah, look at that. And then we look at the hail size, and it's a little larger in Bergman.
Mhm.
Boy, Bergman had a tornado come through. That was when Cody Hudson, we were on the air and he was streaming it, and the tornado touches down. There's very few things that are as incredible as when you're doing tornado coverage and you got a live stream of a tornado touching down as
It's-
you're covering it.
Just, I mean, it really helps
Yeah.
with messaging and alerting people. That's for sure.
Let's see if we still have power outages, and it looks like we are
Woo.
still having quite a few,
few.
unfortunately. I wonder that wind really came through. Now those lines are buried, so that's pretty substantial that they don't have power. And remember, all this happened when there weren't even any thunderstorms in some of the model forecasts. I know I keep bringing that up, but I'm bitter.
I mean, but it's important though, because I know a lot of people probably wonder about what goes into the forecasting process, and this gives you an idea of why it's so hard
Yeah.
sometimes to forecast the weather, because
It is.
the models really should be the ones to be blamed a lot of the times when things go wrong with the forecast.
Haley, tell me where you sent that video so we can show it for all the other people. Did you send it in Facebook? Did you send it in an email? Let me know where you sent it. You got Fall Guys people waiting.
I said I'm hopping on a little after midnight.
Okay.
Duty calls. Which market prop? Yeah, that's a good question. That would be Little Rock
And Springfield.
and Springfield.
hmm
Mhm.
Now, our tower hits Boone County, and that's why we include it in our weather coverage. But I don't think on cable you can pick us up there.
But if you're talking about National Weather Service coverage, that would be Little Rock's. They would issue warnings for
Mhm.
Boone County and the Harrison area.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Josh Rugger.
Hey, that's you.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Dang
that'd be
it.
my account.
On my Facebook account. I'm just kidding.
I think you're. Oh wait, why is? Oh, I know the reason why it's doing that, because I had to log into it that one time to get it all connected.
Let's see here. Log in. Yep. It's still going with you. There we go.
I think it's just showing my profile now.
There we go. Let's see here. Are you going to bed?
Yeah, wind down is starting soon.
So let's go to meteorologist Dan Scoff. Let's look at this profile. I'll tell you what. Facebook makes it so difficult to find stuff.
Trash.
I'm looking here.
What?
Aha!
Ah,
Where'd it go?
what the heck?
Did you see it?
like disappeared? It's disappearing.
I know it is.
Facebook. Come on, Zuck.
Date.
Oh, I see Haley right there.
Okay. Thankfully. All right. Let's see here. Oh, that sounds a little suspicious. Why can't I full screen that?
Zuck.
Open video and new tab. Zuck.
He's slowly drinking his water.
Come on. Yeah,
That's a
Haley,
low
that sounds
cloud.
pretty crazy.
A low cloud right there. Of course, it's so hard to see.
That's a roar. Yeah, I could see that base. That's the shelf cloud that's approaching. And then you got hail. That's awesome. Let's see this one here. Nice. Little slow-mo of the lightning. Cool. Very good. That's good stuff. Thank you so much for sending those, Haley. Appreciate it.
It's a nice video.
Yeah.
Did kind of gives a good idea. Maybe that's
It's raining now. My fiance just got home. Okay. Hey, just got power back. Beautiful, Vance. Sweetness.
W. Common W.
Okay. Remember staying on Eureka Springs and went to, I know it was on the guide and you guys were too, but only one of your stations, most likely we had Springfield. I don't think you can get us on, and what's weird is I think you can get our competition in Carroll County and Eureka Springs, but just not here.
It's kind of weird.
It's real sus. I don't know. All right, real quick.
Imposter.
We've got winter weather coming our way tomorrow. Why is that? Because of the wraparound precipitation. So, Josh, while I take a little bite so I don't talk with my mouth full, how about you do a little description here showing this right here?
Yeah.
There's the system.
Woo, man. And here's the thing about this system, too. The reason why we're going to get this wraparound moisture is because, as you can see, looking out the window, as Dan Scott would say, this system is jogging to the southeast. It's not moving directly east. So you can see that moisture that's just to the northwest of Wichita that's beginning to jog this way. And that will reach our area early tomorrow morning. And this will also have some pretty high winds with it as well. So this will be kind of a blowing snow almost as it moves into our area. Now, because we've been so warm over the last few days, not expecting much in the way of accumulation, but, and especially if you're in Southwest Missouri, I think we could see a dusting to maybe even a half inch. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a half inch on grassy elevated surfaces in some spots in northern Benton County or Southwest Missouri. Not a significant snowfall, but just a reminder that we're still in winter because I know it's felt like spring over the last couple of weeks. But this is a nice little warning shot because late next week, there could be some potential for some winter weather again. So winter is not over yet. And in fact, winter is far from over because we are still in that La Nina pattern and we could still get the crazy temperature swings and get a system moving through here. And then this winter goes from a dud to something big. So
this is, by the way, just textbook. So I got to show you. I showed this earlier, but this is all the stages of this system. Water vapor is such an awesome tool. So first of all, Josh, the initial storms popped up right at the nose of the dry punch. You can see it right here, this little short wave coming in. See it right here? Boom. There's the storms popping up. Next wave comes through, additional storm. There's the supercell, by the way, the first one that produced the hail in northern Scott County, LaFleur County, and into Logan County. There's the upper level low. This right here is the nose of the dry punch. So this is the most intense lift. If there was winter weather, this would be where your thunder snow is, right in this area, right at the nose of the dry punch. Now this is wraparound, as you know. And then also you could see these storms firing up because of the nose of the dry punch. So this is just a classic textbook system.
it is a strong system.
And it is a strong
It is a
system, and it's
really strong system.
intensifying.
Yeah.
Now, if we go to our infrared, you'll be able to really see these cloud tops grow. This will take just a few minutes to load, just a few seconds to load, but watch this. You can really see these cloud tops grow. So I was able to see this deep convection already beginning to pop up. And then look at this. We have cold cloud tops on the northern edge of that. That's the wraparound already that's
Beginning to
popping
nose
up.
in. Wow.
And that is
that?
way more than what the models were showing. Yeah, that's not even producing precip yet, but it will.
It will.
And then there's the wraparound. Now it's trying to dry out, but it's not filling in yet. I'd be surprised if we don't get any snow. I just think we're taking this, and maybe this is where we're wrong in the forecast that this just marches eastward, but I don't think so. I
That
think
thing
it's
looks
dropping.
like it's digging southeast.
I think it's dropping southeast.
Yeah.
Here's the center of the circulation.
Mhm.
It's almost along I-40 and it's moving eastward. So someone asked a question, and we don't want to ignore them here. How long till this passes, Alexis? So it's already through. The winds will be dying down. Osage had dime hail, just got power back. It's pretty bad in Western Grove. Just started and it's rough. We told you it would be. That's why we're staying on till it moves out, and which is not very long from now. Now it's going to be moving into Yellville. And we got Baxter, Marion County, that's going to be impacted here shortly. Searcy County, which is east of Newton County. But that storm is starting to weaken somewhat. Let's zoom out a little bit and see what the other storm looks like. So, yeah, Kohler cloud toss, but the severe weather risk is coming to an end. So I don't know if it was worth a watch because there were so many, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of coverage, but it could have probably deserved a short fuse watch, but I don't know. Like that's kind of tough to say. I could see why they didn't issue a watch. It's just kind of smaller scale weather event.
Yeah, it's always a tough call on that, especially with something like this where it can only have 1 or 2 storms.
But it did deserve at least thunderstorm risk.
Yeah,
The general thunderstorm risk.
Marginal.
Yeah.
I mean, that was definitely a marginal risk.
All right. Well, let's look at the 3-kilometer graph since it did so well.
It gets a reward. It gets the Baja Blast seal of approval.
Yes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look and see what this did Thursday morning. Bring that up and notice how there's nothing really developing. But remember that low is tracking southeast. So it does bring it in. It stops right there. So to reiterate on this timing, to test our skills, how well did I do? Kayla said, you got your Baja Blast. And earlier when I was on, you were asking if someone could bring it to you. That would be this man right here. That would be Josh Rugger.
That's the real reason I'm here. It's because of the Baja Blast.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the delivery boy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that Shrek scene. I'm not the
delivery boy.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
I'm not the messenger.
I like Shrek 2, where he's scratching his bum.
Oh yeah,
remember what is Mr. Fiddlesworth is his name or something like that.
He also drinks that potion. It was like happily ever after, and it's like really dramatic. And then it shows like a backside view. It's just.
Do you know what I'm talking about though? When he's like, the curtain opens up and he's scratching him because he's wearing that outfit where he's like so extended.
Oh, that's Shrek 3.
Oh, Shrek
That's
3.
Shrek 3.
Okay, Shrek 3.
Yes.
He's like, what's your name? He's like, Mr. Fiddlesworth.
Yes.
He's like, oh, perfect. And he's like, oh, that's the spot right there. Oh, yeah. And then turns around and he's in the castle. And so anyways,
Shrek's amazing.
Do the roar.
Do the roar. Do the roar.
Yeah.
Daddy, he's not doing it. He's getting away. I love you, Daddy.
So, how much did you like Puss in Boots?
Oh man,
have you guys seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
You know, if I were to rank it,
if you saw it,
like within the Shrek franchise, it's just barely under Shrek 2. Like it is equal to Shrek 2, basically in my eyes.
Shrek 2 is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one with the fairy
godmother?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when you get introduced to Puss in Boots as well. When he does the hairball scene, he's like, huh, huh, ha, and then donkey
hairball.
Hairball.
All right, back to real quick radar. Things are starting to wind down. So, Alexis, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Western Grove's going to be over. It's still raining. It's still lightning. Don't be surprised. It's still lightning. Jasper, Parthenon, Mount Judy getting some rain, but that's starting to move out as well. And so that's pretty much it for the severe weather risk. And now we'll see what happens with the winter weather. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Kayla said, watch the Puss in Boots movie with my son. Oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
The whistle. Yeah, it's that was pretty scary. But anyway,
Yes.
a cat always lands on its feet. He's like it falls out of the tower.
Yes.
They show all the ways that he's passed on.
Oh, excuse me. Does this have any shellfish? Yes.
That's so funny. That's so good. I love Antonio Banderas in that role. It's so good. All right, back to real quick the timing. We're kind of getting off on a tangent, but there's temperatures in the mid to upper 30s Thursday afternoon, and then you can see it dropping back down into the mid 20s, and we're in the lower 40s. So I think someone's ready to do some Fall Guys and maybe some walkabout mini golf on the Oculus.
Yes, sir. Always down for that.
Central Arkansas, James, to answer your question on YouTube, it's pretty much going to be over. You'll get
Yeah.
some thunderstorms, but this is outracing the severe weather ingredients.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you what, though, tomorrow in Alabama, this thing will go crazy.
yeah, because it is tracking southeast. So,
The span
James
effect.
Spann going to be be again
Again.
tomorrow. Night, Vance. Appreciate you. Enjoy the back patio, and you'll be feeling the wind tomorrow. So get ready for that.
Biting north wind.
Oh, a temperature blanket. That would be amazing. You've heard of those, right?
I have not heard
Where
of
they show the red when it's warmer than normal, when it's blue when it's colder than normal, and then you see those temperatures how they evolved over time.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I would love that, Kayla. Just take a photo of it or something, or show it to us. That'd be amazing.
You know what that reminds me of? The tree rings.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can see the temperatures over time.
Someone made a tie. In fact, Tevin's got a tie. Hey, they start tomorrow. I told you they're gonna be a little cold. He's doing a pretty intense deck. So he's gonna have one heck of a deck.
Perfect day to start.
A one heck of a deck. Yeah. The workers are gonna love that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are out. You have a good one. We'll see you later. And yeah, no problem. No worries about the storms. They're out of here. Winter weather tomorrow. We'll see what ends up falling. Zach Gilday. He's got your
Yes.
latest forecast starting at 5 o'clock in the morning. Later.